marching band under the direction of drum majors Eric Augustine, Drew Linduff, and William Grossman.
Because when I rattled it, it just kind of, you know what I did? I slipped on the side.
You've been using it for 6 years. It's going around.
The McFarland Band.
It's not HD.
We'll swap that out. Yeah, that one's starting to break. Okay, switch zoom control.
The Spartan Band extends a warm welcome to our guests from Brodhead-Juda with their song, Loyalty.
We're loyal to you, Illinois.
And Illinois and Michigan play songs.
It's everywhere around town.
In the pregame concert presentation, the Spartan Band proudly features the McFarland High School dance team. Here is Crazy Train.
McFarland Spartan Football is on the air. Good evening, Spartan Nation, and welcome to McFarland Football 2018. It's Friday Night Lights, McFarland Spartan style. My name again is Bill the Big K Cather, and once again, I'm going to have the honor and privilege of volunteering and bringing you McFarland Athletics at its best. A two-time cancer survivor just living the dream. Mr. John Wells, the golden voice of McFarland Athletics, will be along shortly to do the play-by-play of tonight's game. And we'll do our best to keep this broadcast as informative and entertaining as possible for your viewing pleasure. You are looking live at the newly renovated synthetic turf of Lloyd Schneider Stadium and William Rice Field in McFarland, Wisconsin, USA, on this Friday evening, September the 21st, 2018. Tonight's weather is reported by Mr. Al Roker, NBC, Bob Lindmeyer of ABC, and Mr. Gary Indiana Canaldi of CBS. Is a very chilly 39 degrees with winds out of the south-southwest at 3 5/8 miles per hour. And I can tell you, it's a chilly one, even up here in the booth. So right now, I hope you're enjoying the McFarland High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Ben Peterson and Mr. Joe Hartson while I continue tonight's pregame. Tonight's final conference home game opponent is Brodhead-Juda, Division IV school, 313 enrollment. Under head coach Mr. Jim Matthews, they are presently 3-5 with an outside chance of a playoff berth if they can win tonight. Brodhead-Juda averages 91 passing yards per game and 231 rushing yards per game. Gives up 21 points a game and scores only 19 themselves, so a 2-point differential. Pretty close games they played this year. They're led by 5'10", 160-pound junior quarterback Nick Naramore, 5'9", 165-pound senior running back Jeffrey Williams, a 5'6", 190-pound junior running back Marco Bueno, and a 6'1", 170-pound senior wide receiver Seth Allen. Your McFarland Spartans are a Division III school enrollment of 707. Coached by Mr. Paul Ackley. They have outscored opponents by a margin of 41-12 average points per game. Spartans average 195 yards rushing and 185 yards passing per game, so very well balanced. They're led by 6', 160-pound senior quarterback Derek Air Schwarting, captain of Air Schwarting, doing a nice job this year. 5'9", 175-pound senior running back Tyson White. 6', 190-pound junior running back Jeremiah Price Johnson, JPJ, and 4 very talented receivers, 5'8", 145-pound senior Matthew Jostad, 5'10", 165-pound junior Nicholas Hall, 5'10", 145-pound junior Donovan Hudson, and 6', 165-pound senior Reese Samuel. So far this year, 20 touchdowns amongst them this season. So, wow, is all we can say there. A lot of receivers. Last year's score down at Brodhead-Juda in a nail-biter, white knuckler, Brodhead-Juda eked out a 28-27 victory. So tonight, McFarland seeking a little revenge. Cather's keys to tonight's ball game for McFarland. They need to shut down another very athletic quarterback, Nick Naramore, and their potent rushing game. Number 2, they need to avoid big plays that Brodhead-Juda has thrown at opponents so far this year. Number 3, avoid penalties. 4, stay balanced in their pass and run game on offense. And 5th, that offensive line is going to have to block well against a stacked as well as blitzing Brodhead-Juda defense tonight. For Brodhead-Juda, first, the offensive line needs to block well because, again, McFarland's going to stack it up, trying to shut down Brodhead-Juda's potent running game. Number 2, again, avoid penalties. That's true on both sides. 3, they need to limit McFarland's time of possession with their own running game. And number 4, reduce turnovers. So, the question to be answered tonight, can the ninth ranked in the state Spartans complete an undefeated first place Rock Valley Conference title, or will Brodhead-Juda steal a victory and a possible playoff berth? 48 minutes of football holds the answer to that question. So it's time to grab your favorite snacks and beverage, get comfy in that favorite chair or sofa, sit back and enjoy what should be another very entertaining battle on this wonderful fall evening. Next, I'd like to mention, since this is our final football telecast of the year, our unbelievable staff that we've had the pleasure of working with and just done a wonderful job again this year. Andrew A-Day, the mastermind, Andrew Day, the bearded wonder. Stephanie, the Queen Milla. BB, Benny Becks. And Smilin', Ryan Denzer. We'll be mentioning their names throughout the telecast. Again, brought in a little pizza for them tonight, our little special gift to them for all the help they provided us this year. And again, I said this will be our last football telecast, but we'll be coming back with boys and girls basketball starting in November. So make sure to, again, stay in touch with us. McFarland Cable TV, Channel 982, is a function of the Village of McFarland and is producing high school sports as a result of a community survey and fan interest indicating viewers like you at home, as well as fans in attendance, desire this type of programming. I encourage you to inform your village officials by way of an email, a phone call, etc., how much you enjoy these high-quality productions. The positive efforts of our McFarland youth deserves to be recognized in all forms of media, the State Journal, the Thistle, Cable Channel 982, as well as our website, YouTube McFarland Cable. So once again, thanks for your support. And again, there are 4 ways that you can view these. First, some of you are going to watch this live tonight on TV Channel 982. Second is some of you are going to live stream this, again, at our YouTube website. Just go to YouTube McFarland Cable. You can watch it live. Third way of doing it, you may watch the ball game later tonight, tomorrow, next week, next month, even next year in our archives, and that, again, just by going to YouTube McFarland Cable. Or the fourth way is you may go to the Village of McFarland website, and there's a direct link as to how to hook up to our McFarland activities. So as you can see on the screen here, the Spartans getting ready. I assume that possibly we're going to send the, my guess might be here, the seniors through the tunnel first. Tonight, I believe I'll be reading their names off. We've got about 14 of them here tonight. And if not individually, they'll come out and lead the team here. Again, this is our final home appearance. I'm sure with the chances of them being they are 8-0, a chance for an undefeated season. There will be at least maybe one home playoff game, if not 2, but we are unable to televise those. So tonight's your last opportunity to see this team on our cable network. So getting ready, and the announcement that the senior class coming out right now. Number 2, Zachary Maurer, 5'9", 165-pounder. Matthew Jostad, 5'8", 145 pounds. Andrew Atwell, 5'3", 115-pounder. Reese Samuel, 6 feet, 165-pounder. Derek Air Schwarting, 6 foot, 160-pounder. Jonah Hewitt, 5 foot, 10 inch, 165-pounder. Carson Werwinski, 5 foot, 9 inch, 175-pounder. Tyson White, 5 foot, 9 inch, 175-pound senior. Cordell Cloth, 5 foot, 9 inch, 205-pounder. Quentin Brandt, 5 foot, 8 inch, 170-pounder. Number 52, Tucker Jarrett, 6 foot 1, 200 pounds. Jack Hovland, 5 feet 11 inches, 225-pounder. Drew Mickelson, a 6 foot 4 inch, 290-pounder. 75, Hunter Bloyer, 5 foot 8 inch, 265-pounder. Henry Byers, 5 foot 10 inches, 200-pounder. And Mitchell Rader, also needed to be mentioned here, 5 foot 9 inch, 260-pounder, number 64. And here come the Spartans, and I believe there is Mitchell Rader carrying the flag out in his final home conference appearance.
I don't think he
here
even
on the
got
court.
announced.
No, he did not get announced. That's why I had to go back and mention him, and I figured maybe he was the flag carrier tonight. So nice touch. Give it to one of your seniors in that, and a leader of this team for 4 years in that. So a nice touch there for Mitchell Rader. So those are your seniors. Hope to be mentioning their names a few more times here tonight. And again, as we're getting ready here for the national anthem and some other stuff, I'll welcome in the golden voice of McFarland Athletics, Mr. John Wells, for a couple of pregame comments before our national anthem.
It's going to be a nice game tonight. Again, the Spartans 8-0 and the Brodhead-Juda Cardinals 3-5. Brodhead with a nice win last week against Bigfoot, 42-6. Won their first 2 games of the year against Evansville, Albany, and Clinton. Dropped 5 in a row, and now they're back with a win, so 3-5 coming into tonight. Here's our national anthem.
Yep, please at home, rise, remove your headgear, stand, put your hand over your heart, pay tribute to the United States of America. Gave you a few goosebumps listening to that rendition. Excellent.
Well, a couple things we want to point out right away is Brodhead-Juda is a co-op team. It's Brodhead High School and Juda High School. They're about 5 miles apart, just east of Monroe, so I'm pretty well familiar with both schools. Juda usually in that 90 to 100 student range in their high school, and these two teams combined just, I believe, the first year that co-op football was allowed in Wisconsin back in, got to be about the mid-'80s. They had a long, long playoff run that was snapped last year. Outside chance if they could win tonight. Of course, the Rock Valley Conference, as we call it, is a closed conference. So it's hard to say how our teams would match up against
because every game's a conference game.
Non-conference opponents.
Yep.
Of course, we'll be looking at football-only conferences up in a couple of years yet. But it'll be a nice one to get here tonight, go 9-0 into the playoffs, like you said. Certainly should get a home game.
At least one, if not two.
Or
maybe.
two.
Yep.
Beautiful night for football, no rain.
Right.
I mean, that pretty much sums it up right there, no rain.
How's that flag blowing, John?
Got to really lean out of here to see the
Yeah, we do.
flag, and it's not really blowing at all. It's just kind
That's
of
good.
hanging there.
That's good, and we thought that, it's kind of interesting tonight. You got the Brewers game on tonight, and that we were wondering how that might affect the home crowd. I myself always say, it's a 7-game series with the Brewers, and this is one of the last times you'll be able to catch a high school football game here and just support these kids in that. So I'm a high school community back kind of person in that. You know what? Support your community, support your kids in that, and get out here. But again, maybe some of you are going to flip back and forth or even go double screen, have us on half and the Brewers on the
There
other
you
half.
go.
What a doubleheader that would be, huh? Catherine Wells
Yeah,
and the
there you
Brewers
go.
and the Dodgers on the split screen on your TVs at home.
Good kick by Miller, fielded it at the 15.
Uh-oh.
And a fumble. Trouble on the first
Nicholas
possession
Hall.
for the Spartans.
Yep, Nicole coughed it up.
Oh, and the Spartans are on it.
JPJ, Jeremiah Price Johnson, yep.
Boy, that could have been disaster on the opening play.
Yeah, you don't want to get sloppy right now. This would be quite a nice accomplishment, John, to run the table here tonight.
Ball's on the 38. Check out this lineup here for the Spartans.
These
They're
new
gonna-
formations, they're
Yeah.
going to throw a lot of things we know at them here tonight. We've got some inside info,
They
people.
think they've got an advantage here. We'll see what happens.
Schwarting in the gun.
Got a receiver wide open. That's Xavier Schreiber inside the Brodhead-Juda 40-yard line down to the 36. It's a gain of 26 yards on the first play. Pete Willickett on the call.
Yep.
Just keep your eyes open. Might see a little bit of everything. here
Yes, I
tonight.
think so.
Two
Coach
re-
Pete likes to open it up.
Two receivers to the right. Handoff, White, running room inside the 30. Going to pick up darn near 10 yards. Stopped there by number 49, Theo Policastro. Again, we apologize for any mispronunciations to our friends in Brodhead or Juda.
Yep. There might be a couple. I think you got the main name right there, John.
And look at our officials.
Even with gloves on themselves tonight, John.
None of them wearing shorts, at least.
No,
So.
that's a good sign.
Ball's at the 27, so it'll be 2nd down and 1. Handoff, White, inside or close to the 19. We'll see where they mark his knee. Going to be a gain of 7. Spartans right up to the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the Brodhead-Juda 20-yard line. White.
Oof.
Going to be gang tackled there in the backfield. See who made the first pursuit, 24, Jeremiah Darwin. A lot of two-way players for the Cardinals tonight.
Yep, 6 foot 1 inch, 195 pound senior. Tyson White, 11 touchdowns, 2 fumbles on the year. He averages 6.7 yards a game.
So 2nd down and 10. Only a couple more years playing Brodhead-Juda in football. If the football-only conferences go as planned.
Yep.
Good protection.
Patience, all
Wide
alone
open.
in the end zone.
Nick Hall.
And
Nick Hall. Ian Anderson, number 3, kind of lost sight of Hall.
I'd say lost sight of.
We start with a fumble on the kick return, get it back, and 1:31 into this ball game, the Spartans are on the board with a 22-yard touchdown pass from Schwarting to Hall. And that'll bring out number 20, Carson Werwinski, the senior, to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, ball placed, kick is on the way and good. 10:29 to go in the first quarter. Spartans up 7-0 over the Brodhead-Juda Cardinals here on Friday, October 12th, 2018. Yeah, Bill, you know, it'd be great to do those playoff games, but you get these royalty issues that
charges.
show up, and it's pretty expensive when you're not generating income from games like this.
Right.
But again, thanks to our top-notch crew here tonight. Those great-looking graphics here. I believe those are copywritten graphics now. That is great.
Yep. Well, and again, John, we commented all year, and I think even last year, the HD quality that we're getting on our pictures and that.
It's great.
Just,
We've got the easy job.
Yes, we do. And we get it all for just the payment of 2 large pizzas, huh?
Well, Mr. Everything for Brodhead, Jeffrey Williams, should be deep. And he is just inside his 15-yard line.
As well as I'm going to give you your first chance, as well as their quarterback, Nick
Naramore.
Yep. Has some kind of relationship with Edgar Allan Poe, as we were discussing earlier. Because we could say, Nick, quoth the Raven, nevermore.
Here's the kick, going to go to Williams.
Our apologies, Nick.
15 straight up over the 25. 30 down at the 31-yard line. 45, 38 on the stop. 45, Eric Anderson. 38, Jonathan Kane. Well, penalty flag on the kickoff. Interesting.
I didn't see any laundry out there, did you, John?
Talking to the Spartans.
It's calling in Brodhead-Juda. See, my guess is going to be offside on the kickoff.
Yeah, it appears that.
Now, do they re-kick it, or do you add 5 yards to it from there?
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. Now we've gone from the player over to the bench, trying to hand signal from midfield, and we're just about ready to come up with our final decision.
I don't know. I'm seeing all kinds of hand signals here.
Yeah.
An illegal shift on a kick.
Shift.
And again, the Spartans lined up.
They always
rather
line up
differently
bunched,
there.
right?
And the official saying, no, it doesn't work. So, well, to move it out to the 36, I got to say, I don't believe I've ever seen that.
Well,
or
now
is this
you have.
just an indication this is going to be a long night?
Let's hope not, John.
Running backs for Brodhead-Juda, again, Jeffrey Williams, a 165-pound senior, and Marco Bueno, a 190-pound junior.
Yep. They'll be out of this, the wing tee.
Boy, Williams pulls. No, that's Bueno.
Was that Bueno for 5 yards? 5 foot 6 inch, 190-pound junior, averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
Marco.
Yep, 4 touchdowns and 1 fumble so far on the year, 5 yards on his first game.
Give Bueno 5. This type of offense has given the Spartans trouble over the years.
Similar to what Jefferson used to run over the years.
There's Williams.
Oh, nice tackle. Number 5.
That's
Connor Frazier.
So gain of a couple. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Ball is at the Brodhead-Juda 43-yard line.
I've got to say, John, this is a big first down even 2.5 minutes into the ball game here, because if they force them to punt, get the ball back, stuff in another score.
And we moved it pretty easily.
Yes, we did.
On the Cardinals. So, yeah, they definitely want to keep possession here. So 3rd down and 3. Rolling out. Naramore, incomplete.
Oof, a good pass there. Would have had 7, John.
Yeah. That was intended for number 38, Dalton Naramore.
Here. Ouch. Williams.
He's got some running room.
Stiff
45, 40 down the sidelines, pushed out of bounds at the 31. So the Cardinals take advantage of the Spartan penalty.
That show you how important that penalty was, John, huh?
Again, Brodhead-Juda coming in with momentum after that 42-6 win last week against
Bigfoot.
Yep. Going to mark the ball at the 32-yard line of the Spartans, 1st and 10, with 8:53 to go here in the first quarter. Spartans on top 7-0, but Cardinals on the move. Fumble,
Whoa.
and that'll do it. Naramore to Naramore, and the ball drops. Xavier Schreiber is on it.
Yep. 2 things maybe. Cold night, cold football. Also not looking the ball into your gut.
So now here's the Cardinals looking to get a good drive going, fumble it. Now you give it back to the Spartans, who
A 3-4 cover 2 defense, and it's designed to kind of stack the middle and cut down on this little short screen pass and or little flat pass, bubble pass, whatever you want to call it, that the Spartans have used so successfully this year. So let's see, they got about 8-9 guys up on towards the line of scrimmage. Boy, nice run that time.
Jeremiah Price Johnson. Again, games won and lost at the line of scrimmage. Spartans really brought at Judah with not as much size on the line as they've had in past years.
Right.
Spartans getting some good push there at the line of scrimmage. We'll go back with Jeremiah. Now he's going to get something out of what could have been a loss. Gets out to midfield where he's stacked up there.
Yep, we're going to mention the line right now. Number 50, Bryce Thompson, a 5'10", 220-pound junior. Henry Byers, 5'10", 200-pound senior. Drew Mickelson, 6'4", 290-pound senior. Mitchell Rader, 5'9", 260 senior. And Jack Hovland, a 5'11", 225-pound senior.
2nd and 8.
Experienced offensive line for the Spartans.
Look at the time Schwarting has. My goodness. He's going to run and gets out of bounds into Brodhead-Juda territory. Boy, in the NFL, that would have been 2 or 3 flags probably for holding. Even if it existed or not. I got to remember, Andrew Day said we can't mention NFL, so we don't own the rights to that.
Wait a second.
We don't own the rights to that, so.
Oof.
3rd down and 2.
It's going to cut into my trivia tonight then.
Oh,
I'll just have to say the league.
It's
an
an ugly world out there in cyberspace, my friends.
Hey, but it's good we have somebody, the bearded wonder, with the knowledge.
Oh, that reminds me of that trivia question that we had for the Bigfoot game. I'll have to bring that one back. Tyson White.
Oh, nice
Inside the 35, spun forward to the 34. Dalton Naramore on the tackle for the Cardinals. That'll move the sticks.
White's 4th carry for 29 yards so far.
Remember, we were talking from Bigfoot, you could see Harvard. And what was the big day they have every year in Harvard? Was it Cheese Day, Milk Day, or Andrew Day? Got to figure that one out.
Oh,
I've been waiting
boy.
3 weeks to tell that one.
Well, that one. I like that.
Joe Stead.
Nice
Oh, missed
catch.
tackle. Down the
He's plenty.
sideline. Oh, pushed out of bounds. He was looking to cut it back upfield. Might have had the sideline there, but gets nudged out of bounds. We'll see where they mark this.
Boy, I'm going to give credit there, too, to number 21, Donovan Hudson. And some nice, look at that nice little block by Donovan Hudson down there, helping Joe Stead get probably an extra 8-9 yards on that. It's a nice job, Donovan.
All the way down to the 10-yard line.
Yep.
First
Connor
and
Frazier
goal, I
in motion.
believe. Oh, into the end zone. That one's going to be.
Oh!
Did he catch it? I think he was out of bounds. We'll see. Oh, he got it. Oh,
Wow.
Donovan
Hudson. My goodness. That had to be right on. Let's catch replay.
Let's look.
Now we're going to be a ways away, but watch those feet. Yes, down.
No. 1 foot was down.
And the second one was on the cone.
Wow. 10-yard touchdown pass. Second touchdown pass of the night for Schwarting. First one went to Nick Hall. This one goes to Donovan Hudson. Carson Werwinski will be in to attempt the extra point. Good snap. Ball placed. Kick on the way, and it is good. 14-0 here with 6:56 to go in the first quarter from Lloyd Schneider Stadium. Your Spartans ahead of the Brodhead-Juda Cardinals.
Well, that was quite a little turn of events there. First we thought that the Cardinals had gotten a little break on the too many men on the field penalty, which allowed Brodhead-Juda then to rip off about a 30-yard pass completion right after that and go down to about McFarland's 30-yard line. Boom, 2 plays later, fumble. Give a ball back to the Spartans, and then I believe, what was that, about an eight-play drive and 14-0, and this is exactly what Brodhead-Juda did not want to happen.
Spartans racking up. They're over 100-plus yards here
Yeah, they
offensively on their 2 possessions.
This has been under offensive coordinator Pete Willicott. I'm going to use the word a juggernaut. Do we like that word?
Well, let's see. They can keep it going.
Well, they've been averaging 42 points, like I said, a game here this season. So, and basically a lot of those, like last week, you put up 35 in the first half, and then, you know, you kind of pull back, give some kids some other playing time and stuff like that. So,
no illegal shift on this one.
well, wait, we haven't had the kick yet, John. See,
Yeah, the
there it
kickoff.
was going to be.
Kickoffs have been interesting. We've had a penalty and a fumble.
Look at them. They're still not quite sure on this because I think you need to be balanced.
Oh, nice kick.
5 aside. Yep.
In and out of the end zone for Werwinski.
Yep.
And that wind has picked up a little bit.
Is it up to what?
I don't know, that angle. It looks
Could it
like
be up
it's,
to 5/8 out of the
I'm
southwest?
going to say it's about 11.
11. Wow. That could make for a bad hair night.
It's a tough angle now for us to see that because it's flags now at the south end of the field.
Like I said, I can't even see the scoreboard, so I've lost touch with that part of reality.
So here come the Cardinals.
A lot of people would say I've lost touch with a lot more reality than just the scoreboard here. Still wing T formation.
This is Bueno. Oh, down he goes. White is there. Schreiber is there. Bueno.
Yep, Nick Bueno's second carry for 8 yards so far tonight. He's had 4 touchdowns on the year so far. Rushed for 84 carries, 382 yards coming into the game tonight.
Cardinals with their red, white, and black uniforms.
Yep.
Used to be just red and white back in my day, but that was a long
So did
time ago.
University of Wisconsin used to be red and white too, and now they're red, black, and white.
Here's Williams got a hole over the 30. Still going out to the 36-yard line. Finally tackled there by number 82, Aiden Irwin. And Williams has done the majority of the ball carrying for the Cardinals this season.
Boy, did you see how patient he was? And as soon as he saw the hole, boom, he exploded into it. And
paused just enough, and boom, there it was.
Yep. Sign of a good runner, I'll tell you. Well, he's a senior. He's been carrying the load for a few years here.
So Van Wy will line up wide to the left, the only receiver. Bueno
not doing much there.
He's stacked up. He'll stay up. 190-pound junior.
Yep.
Marco Bueno.
Only 5'6", so sometimes a little hard to see if you put him inside the tackles.
And I believe the Cardinals, even when you add the enrollment of Juda High School,
300. Well, they gave a 313. Is that
and
the
Juda
the
would
two?
be Juda would be about 100, so that puts you a little over
400. Yeah.
Another trivia question. I was at a Brodhead versus Juda football game once. That goes back to the mid-'70s. Second down and 8. Handoff straight ahead. Gets to the 40-yard line. That is Bueno.
I tried a quick hitter and that. Yeah, that was a quick hitter, all right, meaning he got hit real quick by the Spartans on that one.
Marco Bueno, 5'6", 190. Tough kid out there. But now it's 3rd and 6. Will the Cardinals go to the air?
Another big play. Boy, they don't like throwing the ball, John.
Well, they had that receiver open last
they
time.
did.
Ball was just overthrown.
And I will say, Naramore has thrown 43 passes, completed 26, so he's 61% passer, 3 TDs and 3 interceptions on the season.
Now they'll have Dalton Naramore in the slot.
Oh, that's a
pitch
fumble
out to
almost.
Williams. And not by much. Might have been a
Yeah,
half
that was
a
pretty
yard
close.
or so ahead. Now it's going to be 4th down with 4:38 to go. Clock stopped here in the first quarter. And again, the one thing the Cardinals want to do is just move those sticks and keep your offense on the field because the defense is having a difficult time
Boy,
here.
and there again, the Spartans were late coming on the field, John, for that punt. Reese Samuel.
Gets outside, got a clip.
And we're going to have a
That's going to block
push in the back. Yep, a block in the back.
So that'll move it back inside the 30.
Jonah Hewitt with the little push in the back there, I believe.
And you are correct, Bill. A former tennis coach at Monona Grove.
Oh, yeah, just churning out. You see, all my players are all over, like the U.S. Open. And
We got
Wimbledon
about
and,
8 texts last time, that trivia question, people not realizing your dominance in tennis back in the day. And
oh, yeah, John.
everybody was going with golf.
That's where ESPN came up with the phrase, you couldn't stop me, you can only hope to contain me.
Remember, golf was, or tennis was not the #1 choice. I think it was golf, then tennis, then curling, I think.
Yes.
So here's Schwarting. Oh, he's got Josted wide open. Nice spin.
Move.
35, 40.
20, 30.
Out about midfield. So they just picked up 26 yards on that pass. Clock stops, 4:22. I tell you what, you get to high school football, and if you get a team that can throw the ball well, you're going to do very well in your
Absolutely.
season.
And when you got 4 wideouts like
Get some athletic
we have
kids out here. Well, I think everybody but Drew Mickelson's caught a pass this year. And Schwarting, look at the
he's gonna
protection.
air it out. There's Jostad again.
Oh, that could have been 6.
Kind of interesting. Let's pull that up on the replay if we could again there, guys.
He wants
Let's
a
see
shot
how
at
close.
that again. He wants
Yeah,
that one
I want to
again.
see if maybe on the replay he'll get it. Can we do that? Here we go. Ooh, you know,
was
if he
close.
would have dove, possibly, but I'll tell you, on a cold night, cold ground, yeah, no sense.
2nd and 10. White,
Oh,
45,
nice cut back.
40. Thrown down at the 35, gain of 15.
5 carries for 44 yards so far for Tyson White tonight.
Darwin on the stop again. He's their leading tackler.
Yep.
And
Spartans on the move and threatening to open this baby up early tonight.
White again, hurdles.
Very patient. Another
Inside
5.
the 30. Nick Naramore with the stop. We got a holding call against the Spartans, though. This one will come back. Boy, the officials don't waste any time now after that first penalty early in the game. They don't waste any time to signal it.
I think they got your memo, John.
Well, I think he was showing holding when he threw the flag.
Well,
And again,
even Drew Mickelson signaling to the Brodhead sideline what he did, I guess.
I will say that I will say this many times. The biggest threat right now to high school sports is finding officials.
Yes.
And it's
Very much so.
it's become a serious issue in parts of the country, even parts of Wisconsin here.
Yep.
Shorting to
Nice
Samuel.
toss. Yep.
Gets out of bounds. Bueno out over the 45 to the 46. Going to be a first down for the Cardinals. Long quarter here, 2:15 to go. Quarter number one on a cool, brisk evening.
Cool.
Hey, but you know what?
brisk.
It's not raining. That's
You're absolutely true. Everybody staying dry. We hope the Brewers had such an explosion like this.
I don't know
Well,
if we can say Brewers.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
a Major League Baseball.
That's true.
Well, Williams is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good pursuit early by the Spartans forced them to go right back to the left. So second down and 10 for the Cardinals. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Again, it's Friday night, October 12th, 2018. Our final football broadcast of a pretty darn exciting season for the Spartans.
Yep.
You can see Brodhead-Juda with the cheerleaders over there. You don't see that as much.
No,
in the
and that's
Madison
really
area.
neat. That's really neat. I love to see that. Give more kids a chance to participate.
Little quarterback draw for Naramore. He stood up after a short gain.
Michael Sutor.
There's the Spartan dance team.
Yep.
Well, third down and 7 for the Cardinals as we go under a minute here in the first quarter. Yet to complete a pass.
Yeah, like I said, they don't throw the ball a whole lot, John. They basically like to just pound it at you.
And that's been their bread and butter for years.
A lot of misdirections and options. And you said they're down a little bit size-wise, I believe, just from looking at that squad.
Big pursuit.
I thought there was come the
A
screen.
good heads-up play. Look out, Williams with his head down. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. He should have been stopped about 40 yards downfield. Keeps his balance. Wow. Individual effort there. Good heads up by Naramore to dump that ball off to Williams.
Absolutely. Well, and I'll tell you, Jeffrey Williams, nice balancer. Look, it almost tripped himself. Regains the speed, breaks a tackle, arm tackle, off to the races.
Wow.
Yep.
Is that Aiden Irwin finally on the stop? Ball all the way down to the Spartan 34-yard line again. Cardinals. Williams picks and chooses inside the 30, down to about the 29-yard line, and that'll be the final play here in the first quarter. So 12 minutes in the books from Lloyd Schneider Stadium. Spartans on top of the Brodhead-Juda Cardinals, 21-0.
Yep, here's your scoring recap from the first quarter at 10:29, just $131 in the first quarter. A 22-yard pass from the captain, Derek Schwarting, to Nick Hall, 22-yard pass. Carson Werwinski, extra point, 7-0 McFarland. Then at the 6:56 mark of the first quarter, a 10-yard pass from, again, the captain, Derek Schwarting, this time to Donovan Hudson, 10 yards. Extra point good by Carson Werwinski, 14-0. 3:13 mark of the first quarter, a 20-yard run by Tyson White. Extra point good by Carson Werwinski again, and that brings us to our present score, John, 21-0 after your first quarter of play.
Yeah, the Cardinals not about to go away and hide here.
Nope.
Tell you what, a couple of breaks here. You had the fumble in the first quarter. Had the kick return brought back.
Yep. For sure. John, I'll tell you what. How about is it time for the Big K reflection? My final reflection of the year. I'd like everybody to pay close attention to this. This football season for the members of the team, coaches, teachers, parents, sportscasters, spectators, and the community of McFarland mirrors and is representative of life. Daily life is filled with many challenges, issues, positives, and negatives. This team is to be commended for an undefeated season so far, but also know that they have faced many daily issues of injuries, year-round preparation of the classroom, and life itself. With the positive support of everyone, they have learned many life lessons and matured into fine young men. I'll finish it in a minute.
Here's a handoff. Dalton Naramore. Good handoff that time. Good exchange. He's down to the 20-yard line.
To finish, we salute you seniors for all you have accomplished during your 4 years at McFarland High School and wish you the very best in your future dreams, and for all you returning underclassmen to continue to make good decisions and strive to do your best both in and out of the classroom so that your future at McFarland High School will be as productive as it can be for you. So thank you for a very enjoyable season.
Nicely said. Dayton Oliver, number 54, over the ball for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Brodhead-Juda on the move. Naramore going to keep it. Oh, not for long.
Stuck on the end.
White.
White.
Hello, goodbye right there. Yep. Tyson White with the stop. He'll get a yard. 2nd down and 9.5. 4-down territory here for Brodhead-Juda. Just underway in the 2nd quarter.
Yep. So far, Jeffrey Williams, 8 carries, 65 yards. Marco Bueno, 5 carries for 18 yards.
Again, we've got viewers from all over the world tonight, Bill, again. Somebody from Madagascar just texted in.
And
oh, look at
Williams
this.
Is gone.
Ring it up, money in the bank. Williams.
Yep. Are there any flags, John?
Doesn't appear to be, but the Spartans better not be
Too
counting the
comfortable.
W here too quick because, like I said, a couple of Brodhead miscues. This all following the kickoff return that came back.
Right, the 89
They didn't
yard.
let it bother them.
Nope.
Marco Bueno to attempt.
Bueno on the year, 10
Wait,
of 13.
Is this a conventional kicker? By golly, oh.
Yes, it was.
And that was no good.
Bueno.
21-6.
Yep, he was 10 for 13.
No for Bueno. That was conventional kicker. Of course, soccer, not really a sport in Brodhead or Judah for that matter. And
Yeah, I don't know.
you know,
Do
the
they not?
Spartans.
They don't have a soccer squad.
Well, the
Okay.
Cardinals are on the board here now, 21-6. Like we said, there's a look at the Brodhead crowd. They've traveled well, even some folks from Judah over there.
Boy, I'll tell you, and we just wish the safest travels to those people. I tell you, that road from McFarland to travel back and forth from Brodhead is, you need to be alert.
They got to go down 104 there.
That, yes, right through Brooklyn, isn't it? Through Oregon,
Yeah,
and
Brooklyn
and
Brooklyn down
that is
to Brodhead.
dangerous. Boy, you got to be alert taking that road.
That's not. It's like driving from here to Monroe. You can't get there easily.
No. Ooh, boy, that was a pounder.
Jeremiah Price Johnson.
Johnson taking it back at the 11-yard
Yeah,
line.
look at this.
Oh,
Oh,
then
tripped up at the 38. Thought we had a hold over here on this near side of the field, but no flag. Tell you, a lot of entertainment here on the kick returns.
Let's see who just tripped him up. Ooh, there was a block in the back
And a couple of shirts
that they
grabbed. but
missed. Wow. There are about 3 penalties that could have been called there. Oh, well.
2 to the right, 2 to the
Hold on.
left.
Yep.
Schwarting, the signal caller. The
Twins
senior.
left and right. Boy, he's just airing it out tonight. Oh,
Yeah, Nick Hall, he'll want that. Another chance like that.
yep. Gall's got 2 passes for 40 yards so far tonight.
You're not supposed to drop balls if you wear gloves. You know, you got to get that.
It depends on how
socket.
much stickum you put on him, I guess, John.
Looks like every player on the field might have gloves. No. Looks like we've got a couple of linemen without gloves on tonight. course, the quarterback, Jeremiah.
Oh, nice
45,
run.
thrown forward to, this will be close to the first down. Looking where they're going to mark it, it should be enough.
Yep, got that.
It is.
I had him at 10 yards and 2 inches on that, so. It's a nice run. I'll tell you what, both Johnson, JPJ, and Tyson do a nice job again of being patient, and once they find the hole, boom, explode into it.
Johnson, 45. Oh, still going down to the 28-yard line. That's a 24-yard gain for Jeremiah Price Johnson. Spartans doing it through the air and on the ground tonight.
Like I said, they came in being very well balanced. $185 in the air and $195 rushing yards per game.
Brewers trailing the Dodgers in the second inning. Nick Hall, hang on to that ball, Nick.
Oh,
yeah,
and you
could
said
see
it.
coming.
Yeah.
Hanging out there like a loaf of bread, Brodhead all over like that, like sharks in the water.
And boy, John, that's exactly what McFarland
Whoa.
didn't need now, because you just
Momentum.
had Brodhead. Yeah.
You're pretty much, they're
You know-
unable to stop Jeremiah.
And you also got to be careful. I'm going to point out one other
Bueno.
thing. As he was coming off the field, took his helmet off on the field, coming off. I know in college that's a penalty.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Hey, 10 minutes to go in the first half. 21-6.
Got to be careful. You know how big momentum is in any sport, John.
Don't
at any
turn us
level.
off yet.
Nope.
Bueno straight ahead for 3. Momentum with the Cardinals. Boy, it looked like the Spartans just with the run game. We're going to just take it in for 6.
Yep.
You could see that, though, when Nick had that ball out there and then he tries to bring it back to tuck it in.
Right.
Again, a lot of these Cardinals going both ways.
Well, I
Dayton
guess
Oliver, the center, 5'9", 190, and a junior. A lot of juniors on this Cardinals roster. Here's Williams. Gets a first down out near the 45. Oh, my. Suddenly the Spartan crowd is silent over here.
Yep. You're right, John.
It's like, well, this isn't supposed to happen. Well, Brodhead's got a nice team.
21-0 appeared to come pretty easily, but like you said, if we sort out just a couple of key plays, it could not have been 21-0. It could have been entirely different. So
9 minutes to go here
Yep.
in the first half. Cardinals on the move again. Pitch back, Dalton Naramore. Boy, looked like he was going to be tripped up in the backfield, still going to get a couple of yards.
Yep. John, what was that Brewers score?
1-0, I believe, top of the second.
Right.
Of course, those of you watching this later will already know what the score is. So
Right. But we just want you to know that, hey, how versatile we are. You know, we can do, it's multitasking, right, John?
that's what
We'll
we
be
do.
doing it all night long here.
It's what I do all day, and you did for 30-some years. And
Oh, what
How
makes
many-
you think in retirement I don't
how many years?
multitask?
How many years?
John,
of
I have to
teaching-
go from cleaning toilets to gardening
How many
to
years
cleaning
of-
out my trunk of my car
How many
to
years
going
of
and buying
teaching
milk.
between the two of us here?
Oof, well,
Connor Frazier in the backfield. I have 30. You were
well,
38.
you're going to go, oh no, you're going to go beyond me.
It was
it
more
took
than
a-
30, right?
I think I did, oh yeah, I think I did 34, John.
Starting in, of all places, Palmyra.
Yep.
Were you there when they went to the state basketball tournament?
Oh, you led right into that, didn't you? I like that one. Dwayne Wild would love this one because it's my favorite story, of course. The only Palmyra basketball squad to ever go to the state tournament. Who was their 7th grade coach? Who laid the foundation for that team for them to go to it? I believe.
That was you.
If you get a camera on me, I'm still patting myself on the back here.
You.
I laid the foundation. He gets the biggest kick out of that. But yeah, it's a
when it
great
was just
story.
Palmyra.
Yes, it was just Palmyra. It wasn't Palmyra Eagle back then. But boy, what a fun time that was. That was really neat to watch kids, you know, obviously get to a state tournament, just see how they grew up as young adults. My goodness. Again, I say I don't care whether it's football, soccer, basketball, drama club, French club, you know, whatever, DECA. These are all just ways to make you a better person.
Yeah.
You know, and just keep in mind, these are just a game. It's just a game. It's what you take away from these. I always told kids whenever I coach them at the end of a game, you know, what do you say to them? I say, hey, go home and think about what you learned about yourself tonight, whether you won or lost, or the good, the bad, the pros, the cons, you know, and just see what you, that's the way you learn to become a better person.
Third and 6 for the Cardinals.
I'm coming out of the pulpit now. Time to just become a sportscaster, not a preacher.
Rolling out, gonna run,
Oh,
tackle.
nice hustle.
Connor Frazier, one-on-one.
Yep.
The 5'11", 205-pound junior with the stop. Now what do the Cardinals do? Is it going to be 4-down territory here? Are they going to kick it away? Let's make sure we figure it out, because this is going to be the same deal again. Here we go.
Yep. How many we got on the field, John? Can you quick count them?
15. That's not good. Hopefully we're good.
Oh, trick play.
Oh, it doesn't work. Hey, you know what? I would have done it too. When you looked at the confusion the last time they punted the ball, I'd have been faking too. That's a great call by the Cardinals.
And you know who sniffed that out? Actually, Tyler Neal was on.
Who could have had
the
a pick
intended
six
receiver,
there.
yeah.
So again, I credit Brodhead-Juda when you have that confusion.
Give Coach Matthias. That's
Yeah,
I like that call. Hey, again, keep in mind here, they have an outside chance. Very small, but still an outside chance here. They're really playing for something here for their playoff lives. Otherwise, this is their last hurrah.
Let's see if we go back to the air here.
Yep.
Schwarting.
Right down the middle.
Open, complete. Oh,
nice
move by
cutback
Josted.
by Josted. He's
Inside
gone.
the 10, touchdown. Oh, my.
How far, John?
48 yards. Boy, and again, the Cardinals go from a chance with a fake punt, and the Spartans a 1-yard drive, 48 yards for the touchdown. This is Matthew Josted for the touchdown.
Time, John?
7:03.
Okay, thank you. Again, I can't see the clock. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
over the
again,
air.
it's we almost need a mirror facing that way that we could see it, or we could see it in Ben Bex's glasses there. Maybe. There's the kick. Boy, that one's up the elevator shaft, way high and good.
4 for 4 tonight, giving Werwinski 40 out of 43 extra point attempts this year.
Not bad.
Not bad, and 3 for 3 in field goals. That's a pretty good percentage, I'd say, for Carson.
Hey, there's Donovan Hudson.
Smiling again on the Spartan sidelines, huh?
Yeah, but again, like we said, Cardinals, they're not going to run away and hide here.
No, they aren't. So just, stay focused.
Donovan is not talking to us, in case you wondered. He had that headset on.
How do you know that, John?
I bet he's talking to Pete. We should go down and sit
Well,
with
he's either
Pete.
talking to Pete or maybe he's talking to Andrew Day, saying, give me a little more camera time.
We should move our booth down there. We could sit with Pete. Tell you what, when I did radio in some of the tight press boxes, there were games we'd sit right next to offensive coordinators.
And we have
our fans knew the play before the kids on the field did.
Pete Willicutt mic'd up.
We could have turned the mic over to. Of course, we got some rather colorful language coming over the air too, so that was always something we had to guard ourselves.
Be a little
from.
careful of. Yep.
Now, hopefully, no illegal shift here. 7:03 to go here in the first half. Spartans a one-play 48-yard drive to go up 28-6. Williams ran it back last time. Let's see if we try to keep it away from him, and we do, and it goes out of bounds. So they're going to get it way out here at the 35. Boy, the guy threw that flag. Must have gone about 22 yards in the air.
Good arm on him, huh? John,
flag throwing. I like that. A new event. It could be like a halftime event here. Flag throwing.
Quick shout out here to our Spartan sponsors also this year for all they do to help support Spartan athletics as well as the school district in that. Edward Jones, Joe Muting, Gingerbread House Preschool, Nelson's Bus Service, SG Insurance, Steve Garvel. Schrammel Realty Group, McFarland State Bank, Baker Tilly Farmers Insurance, Michael Chandler, Angelo's McFarland State Farm Insurance, Jim Hartman, Dan Chin Homes, Sparkle Auto Body, Ken's Automotive, Culver's McFarland, Washer Construction, Main Moon Chinese Restaurant, Credo Product Development, Matt Splinter Memorial Foundation, Quick Trip, McFarland True Value, Green Lantern Restaurant. Go ahead, John.
This is Williams out to the 40.
And then Maple Tree Supper Club, Spartan Bowl, Gunderson Funeral Home, Lakestone Properties, Luke's Cafe, Tim O'Brien Homes, Renee Bailey, and Rosen Neeson of Madison. So thank you again, all of you, for your continued support of McFarland Athletics.
And just a footnote to that, we get no money from any of those sponsors here for our broadcast. So, Bill, always good to point out that those are the Spartan sponsors. Maybe we should have sponsors.
However, John,
where's Andrew? Maybe
did
we
I
should
tell
have
you?
Spartan.
The Rosen Nissan contacted me about a vehicle so I could drive it around now, and so they're thinking about sponsoring me. Uh-oh.
Just pick it up, guys.
Get on it. Yep.
Well, the Cardinals made a quarterback change, brought in sophomore Cade Walker. And this, you can see it's just didn't really look.
Number 2, that was Zach Maurer, who's going to try and pick it up and go for the 6.
Just
Instead,
fall
Connor
out.
Frazier picking it up.
And the Spartans are going to get the ball at the 28. I know they got a trick play in mind here. I don't know.
Yeah,
when
not
we'll
going to
see
use it tonight. Not going to use it tonight. No need to. Got to save that, John, huh? But now people are curious. They're going to be chasing us down all around town. Come on, what is that trick play, huh?
And that is Reese Samuel on the reception.
I don't know
That's
about
his
you, John.
second reception tonight.
I can't be bought, so don't even, offer me anything. I take no bribes on this. And we won't be on the air, so.
Now we got a hold, so this is going to come back. So Reese only with 1 reception tonight.
No, he has had 2, John.
2.
Yep.
So a credit again, a big credit to our top-notch crew up here that makes this possible for us.
You got it. To our left, the Queen, Stephanie Miller. To my right, BB, who's now yawning because he's putting in so many hours down a pick and save. BB Benny Bex, Andrew Day, and smiling Ryan Denzer behind us. Turning around, looking for a little camera time themselves, but not getting it.
Well, look at that offensive line. Push White forward for about 4 yards.
Maybe I need to bring back those pictures, the heads of the
we
people.
We should have.
Huh?
Remember when you had the Andrew Day
I've got
bobblehead?
Oh, yeah, I've got all that stuff still. Don't
that
worry.
Was classic.
That's for basketball season, John. We'll bring that out.
I think it was a beardless bobblehead, though, wasn't it? Here's Schwartz. Look at the time.
Yep.
Touchdown. Just that
again. What was the length of that, John?
That was 33 yards on a 2nd down and 14. Boy, look at the line, though. I mean, there's literally no Brodhead players rushing.
4th touchdown pass tonight for the captain.
It's 34-6. Wow.
We're going to be close to a running clock here, John. The second half.
Well, Carson.
I'm going to mention number 12, the holder, Tyler Neald.
It is good. 5 for 5.
Yep. Time on the clock, John?
5:31 to go here in the first half.
So, 4 touchdown passes, 22-yarder to Hall, 10-yarder to Hudson, and a 48 and a 33-yarder to Matthew Jostad.
I think you pull him at halftime. You don't want to risk an injury going into playoffs. Spartans have been pretty fortunate injury-wise.
They have been. I texted Coach Willicott. He texted me on the bus on the way home from away games just to give me the score and that. And the question I asked him last week was, hope no injuries in that 48-0 ball game. And he said, 2 of them, but they were early, and he didn't think they were that serious, and obviously they weren't because we're not missing anybody here tonight that I can see.
There's our crew.
Strike crew. Let's see, we got Dan Frank.
No Arlen tonight.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Spartan's going to do a little more conventional lineup. And Werwinski.
Line drive bullet.
Picked up at the 25, straight ahead. And that was number 37, Braden Cook. He's just a sophomore.
Yep.
185-pound sophomore.
Actually, Braden Cook has carried the ball 22 times for 88 yards and a touchdown.
Well,
So he's seen some time.
They're going to bring Naramore back in at quarterback. So 5:25 to go. Again, don't look for the Cardinals to air it out much.
Nope.
And that's
I
tough
don't
when
think
you
so.
get behind.
Right. But I'll tell you, get this Williams kid. I mean, he's a potential threat to go the length of the field anytime he carries the ball.
About 4 Spartans there saying not going to go anywhere.
12
Cordell Clough.
Second leading tackler on the Spartan defense coming into tonight's ball game. Cordell Clough had 80 tackles coming in, and Tyson White 81. So 2 leading tacklers.
Tell you what, the ultimate team players in any sport are your linemen in football. Never going to see their name in the paper. Never gonna score a point unless they recover a fumble in the end zone or something.
Right.
But yet the guys who do wouldn't if it weren't for the linemen.
Absolutely.
The ultimate team players. Here's Naramore. That one is going to be incomplete. Boy, that was like a pop-up in baseball.
Right. Like a little can of corn fly ball head out there, and Tyson White just kind of was more focused on
Lost it in the lights.
Yep. Again, our line, you mentioned them. We got Bryce Thompson, 5'10", 220-pound junior. Henry Byers, 5'10", 200-pound senior. Drew Mickelson, 6'4", 290 senior. Mitchell Rader, 5'9", 260-pound senior. And Jack Hovland, 5'11", 225-pound senior. Your offensive line.
3rd and 8. Naramore going to go to the air again.
And a
Incomplete.
little strong. And on defense, let me quick run down them. Our defense, Schreiber, Frazier, Rader, linebackers, Samuel, Quentin Brandt, Cordell Clough, and Carson Werwinski. Those are your front 7.
Clock stopped at 4:26. Allen back to punt.
And
They faked last time.
Yep, he averages, like I said, about 40 yards a boot. So
Not this time. Boy, that's a high and fair catch signaled for right at the 30-yard line by Samuel. Well, 4:20 to go here in the first half. 35-6. Spartans, another score.
and we start
And
the
you're gonna
second
go up
half with a running
35.
clock. Yep.
Yeah, I'm guessing you might see some new faces out there in the second half. Of course,
I think so.
not a lot of depth, so that might not be possible.
Boy, I'll tell you, you got the queen here, and she runs a tight ship, doesn't she? Tell you, these guys aren't going to get away with anything up here, John.
I don't
you know
wanna-
what? I kind of snapped to attention here. I sat up in my seat as soon as she.
That's because you got slapped a couple games ago.
Well, that's true. Well, that's true. We shan't say why.
Little inside pitch to Hall. Hang on to that ball, Nick. Out over the 35 to the 36. Bueno on the stop. Boy, you got to love Marco Bueno. He's on that tackle. He's up running back to the huddle. Of course, you've got to against the Spartans
Yep.
because they don't.
Boy, my phone is lighting up right now, John, with calls going.
Yeah.
What was the reason for that slap?
You're going to be the abused announcer program here. Schwarting, this one's caving
careful.
in, but he's,
Oh,
he is
that was
gonna be
not
down.
That was not a thing of beauty right there, John. That was probably when you get in that situation, time to just throw it away.
Again, this is a young Cardinal team, though. A lot of juniors. Bueno's a junior. Narramore's a junior. Looks like a good number of their linemen are juniors.
And like you said, John, important to have a line that's experienced.
And that's the Spartans came back with.
Right. Look at that. They were playing
Very
with four
experienced
seniors,
line.
4 seniors with good size across their line. It's had a lot to do with their undefeated season so
But
far.
if Spartans hang on here and win, to go 9-0 for the season.
Yep. At halftime tonight, our McFarland will step aside, but you can view the McFarland High School dance team. Caitlin Ackley, Maria Cafalista da Silva, Jamie Curtin, McKinley Dennis, Danielle Dorn, Liliana Gallegos, Mackenzie Guillen, Anna Jorgensen, Sammy Heckel, Brooke Patchen, Jewel Shershak, Tara Shershak, and Christy Zhang. Captains, Anna Jorgensen, Tara Shershak, and Danielle Dorn. Dance team coaches, Lexi and Amber Schradel.
Oh, Schwarting.
Oh.
Tipped away. Good coverage there by Allen and Narramore.
Yep.
Who else is back there? Number 12, Quentin Kammer.
Yep, mention as many names as we can.
4th down. Boy, that one went about 45 yards in the air.
Beautiful spiral. Oh.
Well, looked like Allen might have got a hand on it, but it's hard to tell. Look at that. Look at that coverage.
Yep.
I mean, my goodness. Jeremiah Price Johnson.
You can't beat
A
the
rare
double D,
punt.
Denzer and Day, double D.
It's a rare punt.
That's when we double down. It means Day and Denzer.
This one's going to sail over here. Oh, gets a nice roll inside the 30, inside the, well, right about the 25-yard line.
I think that would be pretty accurate, John, the 25, seeing as the ball was laying sideways.
44-yard punt for Jeremiah.
Yep. Jeremiah actually came in only averaging about 26 yards a punt, so that upped his average, and he's a junior. He'll be back next year, JPJ.
Feels like the game's been going for about 2 hours here. And it's
Yeah, what are we doing time-wise here?
a little after 8, but we're at 3:20, so that could be another 15 minutes.
Yep.
You know, Spartans, when you throw a lot, incomplete passes are going to stop the clock. So the sophomore quarterback back in. He's going to throw. Big rush. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Yep, he did. His arm came forward.
It was close, though.
Boy, went to throw that, and the ball just slipped out, didn't it, John? Replay, double D. See if the...
Well,
Let's slow it down and see. Yeah. I think, John, his arm was coming forward. I mean, the ball slipped out as he put it up there. I agree.
yeah, that's...
You're not convinced.
We can't sit up here and beg
Nope.
with a 35-6
No,
lead.
no,
You know,
no,
that's-
no. Nope.
There's Williams. Tell you, Frazier must have about 15 tackles here in the first half. 3 minutes
Jeffrey
left
Williams.
to go.
A pretty big first half, 13 rushes for 105 yards so far, John.
And an 89-yard kick return that was brought
Nullified.
back.
Yep.
Hey, you can see members of the band over on the Brodhead side. On that brand new track, we will have the Rock Valley Conference meet here this year. Tell you, conference meets and sectionals, those are my favorite things to announce.
Oh,
3rd and 5.
compared to the Madison International Speedway, John?
I just got a text. My son making his announcing debut at the Rockford Speedway tonight.
Really? Wow.
That's pretty exciting.
Austin, congratulations.
Yeah, he's just got a text. It's kind of an informal event, but I've always tried to get him to do that.
That's pretty neat. And my son tonight is playing in the just newly built Columbian National Basketball Facility in Barranquilla. He was invited to play with a team tonight in the stadium.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. He has no idea what to
Now, is
expect.
tonight over?
No,
What's
no,
the
they're on the
time
same time
difference there?
frame, same exact time.
As
So
we are?
he's playing right
Oh.
now. And actually, he just put up something on his Facebook too about you should see these courts. They play outdoors at night because at night it's still 85, 90 degrees at night. They're on the equator. Beautiful lit courts. I mean, beautifully surfaced and everything else. And they got people that bring their families, and that's a form of their entertainment, just to go and watch these kids play.
We don't do that enough around here, you know. And obviously in the winter months you can't, but in the summer, it'd be nice to see a summer league. Play
this
outdoors.
is just, I mean, they play all the time down there every night. I mean, these courts are full. So, all right, back to football. Nice
Got a big
pressure by
rush.
Frazier again. Boy, Connor Frazier just been all over the Cardinal tonight.
Cade Walker just dumps that one off, and it's going to be 4th down and 5. So Brodhead-Juda, more than likely, Allen will be back in punt formation. Reese Samuel will go deep for the Spartans.
2:19 left to go, John. Time for another score for the Spartans?
Yeah, they've had some
We'll see.
pretty quick
Yes, they have.
possessions. Oh, that one could have been blocked. Samuel going to pick it up, 35-40, got a penalty marker. 15 yards behind the ball on the return, and it appears that there's a penalty marker. 15 yards behind the play. And this will probably be a block in the back. Now you get in a tight game, those things will kill you.
Yeah, I think that's the emphasis that Coach Ackley's going to maybe have with the kids here at halftime. Don't get sloppy, because I'm going to tell you, the next ball game means win or go home.
Yeah, there
So
it is.
you got to make sure that, hey, you're not losing don't get lazy on your fundamentals. Also, don't get lazy on the field, because that, again, I say, is when injuries happen.
And we can be
You're not
going
paying it.
east for the playoffs. And again, like we said early on, the Rock Valley Conference is a closed conference. So you go 9-0. If it's a strong conference, it's hard to compare when you haven't played the non-league games.
Absolutely, yep.
And there's some pretty traditionally strong programs in the Rock Valley that are definitely down this
Down a
year.
little bit this year, all right.
Well, the Spartans are going to start it at their 20-yard line. Schwarting over here to Samuel.
Yep.
25, gets out of bounds at about the 29, so gain of 9 yards. Clock stopped at 2:04. So again, you can be in a really strong conference and that 9-0 holds up, or if it's not as strong a conference, all of a sudden you get in against a team that's 5-4 and you're 9-0 and people just expect you're going to win.
Records oftentimes do not tell the tale.
Not when you get schools that come down maybe playing smaller schools when they get to the playoffs.
Right. Yep.
Spartans are generally in a situation where they will play up, but then you'll get other schools that are coming and playing down, like some of the Badger Conference schools.
Right.
So it's basically you're starting over when you get to the playoffs. You're just glad to be there, but everybody's 0-0, and it's a one-and-done season, and Spartans are going to get a shot next week, and they've earned it.
Yeah, they have.
And certainly should have a home game. Schwarting forced out of the pocket.
Get rid of it.
And Bueno had it.
That's one of the few times this year I'd have to say that a little questionable on the decision making. Usually Derek has made very good decisions that time, and that was just kind of a little can of corn fly ball out there.
Just glad he
that
didn't
was
get
dropped.
hurt on that one. He
Yeah,
was getting
absolutely.
pursued.
Yep, absolutely.
Looked like Darwin might have almost knocked that one away from Bueno.
Yep.
I tell you what, though, I mean, Williams has had a big game here, but
Yes.
Bueno's my player of the game for the Cardinals. Just
Tough
his
kid.
hustle. But you look out there, Williams is out there on defense, too. Most
Yep.
of your line is going both ways.
Burn or something, hopefully.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens in the second half,
Right.
again, because you've got some depth, but you got a pretty strong first group here. They're going to take a timeout with 1:10 on the clock. That 35-point rule, you got to think that with, keep that clock rolling, and cold night, you don't want kids hurt. And
Yep. I can tell you, John, this has really been, it's too bad that we've only had 3 home games here this year with this squad that we have, because very entertaining. I can tell you from the standpoint of just people that I speak with say, people that no longer have kids and probably don't even come to the games and that, they run into me and because they know I do these games, say, hey, what about this team? I said, you know what? Exciting, fun to watch.
Put a lot of points.
A lot of points on the board, and it's a little bit different style of football that we've seen a while here and that, and it's just kind of it's a lot of fun. You don't have to know every kid and every kid's parents in that in order to come to these ball games. If you like football and that, or you just like being a part of the community and that, get over. Come to these games. I have $4 for a ticket and that. That's pretty cheap entertainment, and it's just kind of neat. Again, like I said, whenever I see these kids or something, you can always compliment them and say what a nice job they're doing, and glad to see their success.
So pass complete to Reese Samuel, thrown out of bounds near the 40. 1:05 time on the clock.
His 4th catch for 30 yards in the first half. Like I said, Samuel, Hall, Jostad, Hudson, even Schreiber in there. I mean, we got so many threats.
A lot of skill players return for the Spartans next year. Of course, you got to rebuild 80% of your line.
Your line, that will be the issue, John. Correct. Oh, and there we go. Is that Jostad again?
He's got.
Off the pads. That was Jostad again. Boy, that's tough when you're running and that ball. What do they say, John? You should run with your mouth open. Don't they say to kind of help?
I walk with my mouth open, so that's probably. Yeah, certainly.
Caught off the left pad.
Catchable.
Yep, just got in off the left pad and bounced out.
Clock
Boy, that would
stops.
have really capped an unbelievable first half for Jostad if he could have hauled that baby in.
3rd and a yard.
Yep.
59 seconds to go here in the half. A lengthy half. Jostad's got that one. Cuts it up inside the 35, down near the 32. Kammer on the tackle. That'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 for the Spartans. 52 seconds time on the clock here.
Yep, his 5th catch for 120 yards in the first half.
You can see the score right there. Some great graphics.
Yep, some of these stats are some of these kids from some of these schools and that. This would be a season for them.
Yeah, it's put up some big numbers this year.
Yeah.
Just got to keep that season going. Oh, wide open is Samuel.
Oh.
Whoa, look at that. Oh, tight ropes.
Let's get a replay.
Oh, he tight roped.
Replay. Let's see if he stepped out at the 7-yard line.
Boy, what an effort by Reese Samuel. Here we go. Let's watch.
See if we can stop it right around the 8-yard line when he gets pushed. Yes.
Yep, right there it was.
There we got it. Boy,
Nice
that's
job.
excellent.
The official right on it.
That is excellent. What a job our crew does, huh?
Here's Schwarting.
Oh!
He got it.
Yes, and we need that replayed again.
Oh, my.
If you want to see footwork, let's look at Reese Samuel. What an unbelievable catch.
That sideline official, 2 plays in a row.
2 plays in a row.
Oh.
Come on, let's get it up, D&D.
Uh-oh.
We're going to get this one up, too. Oh, we can't get it? Oh, it was too quick?
Well,
our apologies to you, Reese.
It's a
Samuel.
If you're recording it, you can just play it back.
Yep.
That's no problem.
Play it back and stop it yourself, huh? Werwinski to be 6 for 6.
And it is good. 24 seconds to go in the first half.
And
Spartans
we will start the
42-6.
second half
Bill,
with a
how
running.
many touchdown passes for Schwarting here?
5.
5 in 1 half.
5 and 1 half.
Oh, my.
Yep, he's had 1 to Hall, 1 to Hudson, 1 to Samuel, and 2 to Jostad. So using all 4 of his weapons tonight.
Man.
I mean, and that's the thing, John. You can't key on any one of them.
Yeah.
Because if you do, yeah.
So the question is, now you come out in the second half, do you sit some of the kids?
Yes. Boy, that didn't take me long to answer that, did it?
Yeah,
We'll have to see what Coach Willickett thinks about this, or Coach Ackley also. But I'm just thinking,
you can tell
for
it's cold here. You got a guy with the
For a couple of reasons, John. Injury possibility. Give other kids some playing time.
Yeah, it's
some experience, as well as final kind of home conference game here tonight. You know, parents are out here in that, so give some of these other kids that practice, and they work year-round too in the weight room and that. Give them a little more playing time also. You know, and you kind of sprinkle them in and out with, you know, some of your regulars and that. I think probably more importantly, to be honest with you, is to keep maybe your O-line a little more intact. And so if you're going to, you know, I know we're experienced, you want to get some more kids, some more experience there also, but maybe flip-flop it, because if you're going to try some new kids at quarterback or in the backfield, you know, you kind of, it'd be nice to let them run behind a veteran line, but then still sprinkle in, obviously, some of the younger kids who you think are going to be sitting in that line next year, get them in there also. I mean, you've basically got a half of football, well, less than a half of the running clock. But
and Brodhead will not give up. They're still going to be
no, why would you?
Going at it here.
Why would you? This is your last, for a lot of these guys, or for some of them, this is their last chance to play high school football, John. And they're playing it on turf.
Yeah, it's
on synthetic turf. What a neat way to, I guess, kind of end your career. You know what I like to see? Did you see that? Tap on the helmet. Good sportsmanship being displayed. I've seen kids from both teams tonight helping each other up, you know, and stuff like that. I like to see that. I can't stand the trash talking and all that other garbage that goes on.
So 42-6 our score here after one half. From McFarland High School, Lloyd Schneider Stadium, William J. Rice Field. We're at halftime. We'll step away. Back for the second half. We'll start the second half with the continuous clock. We'll be back.
And now, performing to Dance Dance Mix, here is the McFarland High School dance team. had an injury in the DNC with a pause here.
Okay, the drum majors are going to do something when they all get out
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we proudly present the McFarland High School Marching Band. Drum majors Eric Augenstein, Lillian Grossman, and Drew Windas. Is the band ready? Thank you, drum majors. Tonight, on Senior Night 2018, the Spartan Band performs music of Michael Jackson. From Jackson 5, here is I Want You Back. attention, please. Mark Gillen, if you can hear me, please report to the track by the team bench. Mark Gillen, please report to the bench. And now from the Jackson 5, here is ABC. Now with a little flash from the world's all-time best-selling album, here is Thriller. And now it's time for the 2018 senior feature. And now we'd like to introduce this year's senior band class. We're short on time, so this is going to go very fast. Eric Augustine, Brandon Baer, Megan Broom, Henry Byers, Stephen Freeman, Samuel Curtis, Danielle Dorn, Trinity Elstad, Courtney Gatto, Emily Hahn, Devin Lee, Caleb LaFave, Drew Lindas, Ariana Mode, James Sandine, Brian Seaman, Kara Shurcock, Carter Kearney Osterloff, King Torney, Roy Sudi, Madeline Summers, Aaron Feedy, Tanner Wilson, Luke Witter, Jocelyn Zaire, and Adam Zolnick. Ladies and gentlemen, your senior class. In closing tonight's performance, the Spartan Band performs what has become a McFarland tradition. Our special version of the school song. Here's Finally Victors. to remind you to get your tickets for this year's musical. Annie will be performed at Stoughton High School with 4 performances the weekend of November 15th, 16th, and 17th. This morning they sold 300 tickets already, so don't wait. Get your tickets now to see the McFarland High School production of Annie.
All right, Spartan Nation, we are back here for the second half of action. We will start the second half with a running clock since there is 35-point or more differential until such a time when Brodhead does go below that number again. Let me just recap the scoring in the first half. At 10:29 of the first quarter, $131 into the ballgame, a 22-yard pass from Schwarting to Hall made it McFarland, and extra point by Werwinski, his first of 6 straight extra points, made it 7-0. 6:56 mark, 10-yard pass from Schwarting to Hudson, 14-0. 3:13 in the first quarter, 20-yard run by Tyson White, extra point Werwinski, and we were 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter started off Brodhead-Juda, a little comeback at 10:45 mark, $1:15 in the second quarter, 20-yard run by Jeffrey Williams, who ran 13 times for 105 yards in the first half. Extra point no good, 21-6 McFarland. However, then McFarland, Schwarting, really the captain of the airlines, let it off. A 48-yard touchdown pass to Jostad at the 7:03 mark. At 5:31, a 33-yard pass to Jostad, 35-6. And then at 24 seconds left in the first half, a 12-yard pass to Reese Samuel to give us our halftime score of 42-6. So, Bill the Big K Cather here, going to welcome back in John, the golden voice of McFarland Athletics Wells.
It's
And
cold.
running clock, it is freezing. I got both hands in my jacket right now, and we're supposedly in a kind of half enclosed press box.
Williams fields it at the 10. There he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line. Number 80, Jacob Semin.
He's exciting. He is an exciting ball player.
Well, you almost had your continuous clock wiped out of the first.
You're right. You're right. Yep, clock will keep running unless there's a touchdown scored.
And again, the continuous clock here.
Uh-oh. When was the last time you heard a play-by-play announcer yawn?
That's me.
Wow.
It's been a long day.
John, I'm the one that's usually yawning because those Matlock reruns usually run from 8 to 9 every night, and then it's Betty by time for me, but I'm going to miss them tonight. I should be the one yawning.
Nice tackle by Zach Maurer. Looks like Williams is down. So just a one-on-one tackle. Yeah, looks like his leg kind of buckled over.
You hope not. This is his final home game of his high school career in that. As we would say, probably a storied career for him down there. It sounds like he has carried the load for him for the last couple of years in that.
Well, we had a knee injury at halftime. And now Trainer's out on the field here. Yeah, next week, Spartans will actually find out what tomorrow, at least what group of 8 they'll be in, and then they'll seed that group.
Seeding meetings are always very interesting, depending upon the composition of the member teams in your grouping.
I like how they do it in Indiana. They everybody's in, and you kind of know your grouping, and then it's almost like a random draw. So you could easily have somebody who's 7-0 play somebody else who's 7-0, and 2 0-7 teams play. But I mean, it's the same for everybody, and that's how they do it. And
I guess if that's the tradition of it,
yeah, it's
you live with it, huh? And that way, still, you just hope that the best teams get to the final game.
so Williams goes off. I'm going to guess he may be done for the night.
Yeah, kind of looking at him over there. They're kind of just looking at, it looks like that right leg
Yeah,
or right
it's kind
knee.
of folded under there, and
Yeah. That'd be a shame. That's a tough way to finish your high school career, being injured.
a new ball carrier comes in, number 10, Ben Knuth. That's still going out there, but whistle had blown. He's down in Spartan territory, about the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals.
Ben Knuth, a 5'9", 170-pound sophomore, John.
Yeah, they've got some nice young players here, and they're going to give them some time here in the second half. Juda combines with Albany for softball. Like I said, I remember when Juda used to have their own team, the Panthers. Bueno, still going. Dropped at the 35 by number 20, Carson Werwinski.
I got a
That's
feeling
that-
Bueno's going to rack up a little yardage here in this second half running clock. I think they're going to,
It's just gotten downright cold here. It's
not overly windy, John, just cold.
That's the thing about football. You go from the season opener, it's 85, and then you're in the 30s here.
Right.
Look at Knuth. Down
John?
inside the 30,
You're going to like this one, too. What am I doing tomorrow morning?
golfing.
I have a golf little mini tournament tomorrow. Went out and tried 9 holes today, and I'll tell you, it was cold.
Where are you
It's
golfing
kind of
tomorrow?
interesting. Out at the farm, out in Cottage
Cottage
Grove, the farm, a little 9-hole course. They have a 9-hole year-end tournament out there, the Chili Open.
Oh, nice.
I believe top prize is a year pass next year to
That's
the farm.
worth it.
So, yep, give it a shot.
Narramore.
Nothing else. Wind up with a bowl of chili.
Penalty markers.
Oh, it's going to be holding.
Narramore gets a nice little gain of about 5 out of that. Ran about 40 yards, but it's going to be a hold.
Yep. John, am I allowed to give a shout out to my lovely bride watching at home tonight who allows me still to do these games?
Certainly.
Okay, even if you said no, I was still going to give her a shout out for 38 years, John, of wonderful marriage, huh?
That's great. You
38
just had
years.
a birthday?
Just had a birthday, followed a week later by a 70th birthday, followed by a 38th wedding
You
anniversary.
gave away the another one of our trivia questions tonight. It was going to be, how old were you on your last birthday?
Birthday.
Cardinals quickly up to
Well,
the line.
the difference could be 70 years old or 70 years young. What's the
Young.
answer?
It's young.
I believe so.
Narramore gets forward inside the 40 to the 39. Clock is running. We're down to 7 minutes. By all rights, you could potentially go 12 minutes for a quarter.
Without a ball possession
Unless
also.
you get a timeout or a touchdown.
Yep.
But it's like if the game was played like this all the time, you'd never have huddles. Be kind of interesting.
Rather short event nights. I
Yeah,
believe they'd
it's-
have to extend them to about 20-minute quarters if you had running clock all the time. Oh. Nice tackle.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
Who's number 82,
Aiden
Jen?
Irwin. Tell you, I'd like to almost see basketball go to about 20-minute continuous clocks. Some of these games with the double bonus. My theory, the worst rule ever put into basketball is the double bonus. Automatically shooting 2 free throws. In some games, it's just a given. It's going to be double bonus.
Yeah.
And, well, 4th down and 12 for the Cardinals.
Fans stomping on the bleachers. Oh, Naramore is going to carry it, and that's no.
Oh, Reese Samuel, nice tackle. Spartans are going to take over. And they're going to take over at their own 38-yard line.
Yep, Spartan ball. Let me give a shout out here, too, to all the coaches. Head coach Paul Ackley, varsity assistant coaches Pete Willickett, Brian Hellenbrand, Mark Pankow, Doug Peterson, Brian Hahn, Ryan Rothwell, Tyler Weedle, a volunteer, and Eric Danielson, a volunteer. JV coaches Mitch Rognus, Preston Brandt, and Greg Clerkin. Varsity managers Olivia Billy and Kaylee Irwin.
First group still
JV2
out there.
managers Shelby Farrell and Arkea Graff.
First group is out there. The Spartans are going to throw. Jelstead out near midfield. Surprised to see the first group out there, Bill.
Yep.
And there's a flag.
Face mask, I'm going to say.
Yeah, I don't know. It's back at the 45.
Well, maybe not. Spartans are marching back.
Yeah,
Well,
hold. So does the clock still run during penalties?
I believe so. Yep.
Wow. Can eat up a lot of time there.
Other people I need to mention, special assistant, world's oldest ball boy and cheerleader, Mike Friedel. Ball boys, Paul Morris, Cade Rux, and Brandon Dwyer. T-girls, Julia Ackley and Sari Krogman. Athletic trainer, Jay Hansen. Statistician, Chad Paley and Mitch Rognus. Thank you to all you people for your many endless, countless hours of helping this program.
Nice catch by Samuel. Only going to get about 5 yards on that play as we near the 4-minute mark. Again, surprised to see that first group of Spartans out there.
You know what, I'm starting to feel a little warmer now, knowing the end is coming pretty quick. Starting to warm up, getting toasty in here, John, huh? Toasty.
Andrew finally had to put on the coat. He had the short sleeves for most of the night. Now, that one's not going to go anywhere.
No, Dyson White. But it took 3 guys to get him down, John.
Just don't want to see a young man hurt in a
No.
situation like this, going into the playoffs with a record of 9-0, up by 36.
Yep.
It's cold. But you can really run 36 degrees, in fact. 36 degrees cold. Yeah, it's about a 50-degree swing from those early season games.
Yep.
Like I said, at least we don't have the rain. That's incomplete.
Or in this case, John, the snow.
Yeah, that was...
We might have some flurries if it was raining.
We took the 5th graders up to the Mackenzie Environmental Center near Poynette for our annual trip today. We were pretty much outside from 9 o'clock until 1:30.
Now, were all the kids dressed appropriately?
You know what? They were. We sent
Wow,
enough,
that's a surprise.
We sent enough reminders home.
That's a surprise.
Even the staff. It was a little chilly up there, and no ice on the pond. And Jeremiah, look out, the player from Brodhead, I think he lost number 12, Cameron, I think lost sight of the ball. Could have hit him right in the back. Look at that, the excavation back
It almost
there.
looks like Egypt.
Looks like
doesn't
something
it, around
kind
the
of,
pyramids
yeah, it looks like
or
something surreal. Look at that. You've
Yep.
got that
Oh, look at that camera work we're
large
getting on
truck
that.
up there. My goodness. Doesn't look, that's a great shot. It's like, where would you look at this?
Look at this. Let's go around the building site if we can.
Hey, an advertisement.
Yeah,
for
an
Findorf.
advertisement. I don't know if we should do that, but that's okay.
You can see kind of where the pool.
Can we keep
and
going around?
pool
Look
and-
at, and this is the queen, Stephanie Miller.
There's your pool and auditorium
Yep.
going in.
Thanks, Steph.
Here's Knuth.
Thanks, Steph.
And he's ridden out of bounds at the 39. Oh my goodness, we're almost the end of the 3rd quarter. We just sat down.
Gonna get home to watch a bunch of the Brewers game ourselves tonight here, John, huh?
Yeah, 4th quarter again, I believe in the 4th quarter that if it goes underneath the 35 points, it doesn't affect the
It
continuous
won't affect
clock.
it. We're going to keep going. Yep.
Brodhead really in no hurry, except for Oliver. He sprints up to that ball. I love it.
Yep.
Love it. Bueno out to the 43.
Still running hard. His 9th carry for 36 yards. That's right about on his average this year, about 4.5 yards a carry.
Mickelson on the stop. Yeah, what surprises me is when you look at football scores these days, the differential between winning score and losing score seems to grow each year.
Oh,
Just
yes. Yeah.
blowouts. But, you wonder when you've got continuous clock, the second half, and you see some of these teams still scoring 28, 35 points. And Bueno. Oh, late flag.
Face mask.
Really for no reason. 49-yard line. That's going to move it forward. The clock stops because that's the end of the third quarter.
I was just going to say.
By golly, that didn't even seem like it went 12 minutes.
No, it didn't, John.
I don't think the clock ever stopped.
Yeah.
Now we'll see some new faces
Yep.
for the Spartans, right?
Hey, again, I think this was so good tonight. I'm going to give you that Big K reflection again. Can I do that, people? The final Big K reflection. This football season for members of the team, coaches, teachers, parents, sportscasters, spectators, and the community of McFarland mirrors and is representative of life. Daily life is filled with many challenges, issues, positives, and negatives. This team is to be commended for an undefeated season and also for that they face many daily issues of injuries, of year-round preparation, of the classroom, and life itself. With the positive support of everyone, they have learned many life lessons and matured into fine young men. So we salute you, seniors, for all you have accomplished during your 4 years at McFarland High School and wish you the very best in your future dreams. And for all you returning underclassmen, continue to make good decisions and strive to do your best both in and out of the classroom so that your future at McFarland High School will be as productive as it can be for you. So again, thank you for an enjoyable season. Oh, look at Mrs. Stokes down there grooving to the music, leading it.
A high
Come on,
school
Miss Stokes.
classmate.
Yeah.
We both graduated from Monroe in
Sing it, Miss Stokes,
1979.
huh? Bring it on home there.
But she's here.
Oh, she is such a
Great to see
popular
that
teacher,
middle
great person.
school staff
Yes,
showing
it
up here
is.
tonight.
Yes, it is, John. Very good to see that.
First and
Needs
10.
staff support.
Cardinals. Bueno. With Williams out, Bueno going to get the bulk of the carries.
You're right there.
Well, the second half's going to go half an hour.
Yes, it will. What are we at time-wise, John?
9:03, so that
Okay, let's see if this winds up at 9, what would it be, 9:11?
well, 11 and a half minutes to go here, so maybe 9:15.
9:15. Let's
We'll
see if
see.
we're done by 9:15. Airing it out.
Oh,
Wolf.
wait a minute.
Wow. 2 flags on that.
Going to be
Okay, in and amongst all the tomfoolery that our staff is having here, they're getting giddy on their final telecast here. Could we see a replay on
I
that?
think we're going to have 2 pass interference calls.
There's no replay on that? Giddiness has set in.
I always thought the clock
Here we go.
stopped on penalties, but it must not.
Boy,
Well, they're going to move it all the way up to the 24, so it'll be
Wow.
1st and 10 for the
Okay.
Cardinals.
so even if we go, they score in with an extra point, we'll still be running clock, John.
Knuth, and there's another penalty.
And the clock's going to continue to run through these penalties too. So
And there's no excuse for these penalties, especially if it's on the Spartans. And it's not. It's a hold. I don't know what it is when you put your hand behind you. Oh, he's trying to listen to the other official there, trying to figure that one out.
oh, you going to figure a slap to the
Well,
ear or something?
No, I
huh?
thought it was some additional call there, but I think he was just listening to his partner out there. And Tell you what, if you keep throwing flags, you're going to wind up with about 8 plays in the quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's let the kids play and finish it out. I mean, if it's something that...
I think we still have the first group defense out there, Bill. Wow.
I see a couple new numbers. I
Haven't
see
seen
45, Eric Anderson, 5'8", 145-pound sophomores out there.
Haven't seen Hunter Bloyer yet. Timeout, Brodhead. That'll stop the clock with 9:28 to go.
John, once again, I'm going to give a shout-out here to really the staff that's done so much and, again, allowed us to put on some really neat productions here tonight. Excellent graphics that you can see. If they're not, don't worry. They're straightened out within seconds by the Queen. We'll make sure those graphics get updated and are correct. Excellent on the cameras. So, again, let's mention again, BB, Benny Becks, great season. Thanks, Ben, for all your help. And, again, if you see Ben down at Pick and Save, whether he's stocking shelves or packing groceries or doing inventory, whatever, tell him, hey, I appreciate all the camera work you do for these football productions and that. And tell him you're looking forward to the basketball season. Smiling Ryan Denzer. Wish him good luck in his schooling and stuff like that as he has graduated, but still continues to help us out here. Andrew A. Day, hoping that Andrew can get the directorship here of the cable company here in town and that. He does just an excellent, wonderful job for so many years here and hoping to keep Andrew at charge of the helm.
Oh, jump ball.
Whoa.
Incomplete.
And then there's the Queen, Stephanie Miller. So, again, this is just a wonderful crew and just couldn't do it without them, could we, John?
No, and I encourage people to call the village and tell them you appreciate these.
Call them or write a letter,
events.
send an email, whatever. Yep.
We feel pretty strongly about this, but this does promote the community.
Yes, it does.
And you know what? If you got a cable station, that's what it should do. If you watch Monona and Oregon and Stoughton, that's how they use theirs, and that's certainly how we should, and this is one way to do that.
Yep.
Nothing against a Natural Resources Board meeting, but, this is promoting the community.
Yep.
Knuth goes down at the 25, 8.5 minutes now on the clock.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you what, I think our telecasts are second to none, too.
Oh,
I mean,
great.
I'm not counting out, Channel 3000, and that allows you to see some more, they have their game of the week and stuff like that. And it's great. I think the more coverage of high school athletics, the better in that. But I can say, we just have as much fun as anybody does doing these broadcasts, and we try and keep, as many stats as we can on these kids, throw some personal interest stories in, and it's...
Well, we know a lot of the kids.
Yeah.
That helps, too.
Yeah, it just brings a lot more, I think, to the telecast and the game in that. So, we hope, again, that you can extend some letters or thank yous or whatever appreciation you can just to let our village board members know just how important the continuation of or even the expansion of these events are. And I know you've had another good season doing the volleyball this year.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we've had people from all over contact us about that, and again, it promotes the village, and
yep.
it's
we've got first-rate facilities being built right now, so let's keep, why shouldn't our cable be first-rate too?
That's right. That's.
Oh, when he hung in there. Boy, did he hang in there and got drilled after he threw that ball.
That
so
was to
nice
Darwin.
job.
He's down near the 5.
Yep.
Players shuttling in and out. Now it's kind of a little pride here. You want to keep the Cardinals out of the end zone. They want to score.
However, I noticed on the tackle he went a little bit to the side. He didn't want to do a Clay Matthews 15-yard.
Look at that great fence there that now goes around the north side of the track so people can kind of stay off the track when they go to that back side. The long jump pits are now between the track and the bleachers, so you can see everything. Knuth going to be short. He's getting a lot of good carries, though, tonight. Down to the 2, so second down and goal as we near the 6-minute mark. Going to be tough to deny the Cardinals on this one. They got 3 shots from the 2.
Yep.
Hunter Bloyer out there. Number 75, 5'8", 265. Bueno, touchdown. Bueno, Marco.
You know what? He deserves it, boy. I'll tell you what, John. He's run hard and played hard all night long. So kudos to him.
Got a good block there from number 65, Jake Miller, another junior. So 5:45 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's now 42-12. I think Bueno's going to kick this one.
So basically, McFarland scoreless in the second half.
He goes straight on.
He does. Toe bash.
Well,
that's what we call it, right?
A flag is thrown right away. They had 12 men. Even I counted that one. Now they'll go for 2, maybe. We'll see.
Is that not the correct terminology, John? Toe bash.
That's what it
when
appears
he goes straight
to be.
on. Game. Well deserved.
Well, I don't think the Cardinals are going to get another one off here. So, Bill, it's going to wind up 42-13, 9-0 for the Rock Valley Conference champion Spartans. As they head to the playoffs, they got to snap it quick here. They're going to get it off. And that's Anderson. And he's going to be thrown down, and that'll do it. Your McFarland Spartans, a perfect regular season with a 42-13 win over the Brodhead-Juda Cardinals. Brodhead-Juda will finish their year at 3-6, officially out of the playoff run. And the Spartans will move on to round 1 next Friday night right here at Lloyd Schneider Stadium. Assuming it'll be a Friday night game.
Yep.
So, Bill, your final thoughts.
Okay. Well, that won't take very long, will it, huh? So, the question's been answered tonight again. Your 9th ranked in the state Spartans complete an undefeated first place Rock Valley Conference title here tonight. And like the Golden Voice of McFarland Athletics, John Wells just stated, will be entering playoff next Friday evening. So, my final thank you again to the Golden Voice of McFarland Athletics, John Wells. What a wonderful job you do, John, for making this a lot of fun with all the personal stories and all the things we throw back and forth and the gibberish and that. Just adds a little extra more to the telecast in that. So we have an update. Yep, Brewers 5, Dodgers 1, top of the 6th inning. Woof, and a one-hitter going. As well as to the staff. And again, we'll all be reunited when it comes time for McFarland girls and boys basketball. Starting in late November, our staff: Andrew A. Day, the mastermind, the bearded wonder, an A. Day production. Thank you very much, Andrew. BB, Benny Becks, again, on loan from Pick and Save tonight, allowing us to use his services here. Ryan, smiling Ryan Denzer, the student, coming back to help us out here. Thanks, Ryan. And the queen, Stephanie Miller. Thanks again, you guys. All 4 of you just do a wonderful job and wonderful on these broadcasts for the entire year. So in closing again, I feel honored and privileged to be able to have brought you the efforts of your McFarland youth, especially football this year. Remember, they are McFarland and you are McFarland Nation. This is our last football telecast, but again, please join us for boys and girls basketball games running from November to February. So in signing off, this is Bill, the Big K Cather, saying stay healthy, stay positive, smile every day, and God bless you from McFarland, Wisconsin, USA.